So today we did some more side control submissions. We did from scarf transitioning from side control to scarf control, and then submissions from there. So we did the Conto choke, we did baseball bat choke, and then we did a lapel choke using your own lapel. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what that one is called. So, this chapter's nuts. Let's see. Okay, so starting from side control. So if they're to your left, their head is to the left, then so we already did this. We did the Conto and the baseball bat on Tuesday. I think Fabi wasn't very happy with how people were doing it, so we just focused on it a lot today. Probably drilling each one for like 10 minutes. So go to scarf control. Then he said if you can step over their near side arm with your left leg. Drilling with Jeremy. Jeremy was doing like a hard cross face, and then at that point you kind of like lose sight of your right arm. Like you're so distracted by the cross face that your right arm is kind of like a secondary thing to. And then he was able to grab my arm and step over. So anyway, either way, if you're able to step over the arm, that's fine. If you can't, that's fine also. But then what you want to do is step over the head. And this whole time you have the left hand has the cross face. Your left hand is behind the neck with the thumb in the collar, and then the thumb running along the neck. You step over and move to like a north-south position. So depending on whether you had stepped over the arm to begin with, the arm would be inside or outside of your arm. It shouldn't matter. He wouldn't be able to use that to resist anyway. And then if you cannot finish choke there, then you bring your left foot. So your left heel isn't really pushing back. It's more of a placeholder. And then you exert the pressure with your left arm. And then if you can't do that, you drop to the knee, and then the knee is the placeholder against the neck. And again, you go to north-south. So second is baseball bat. So baseball bat, same thing, you step over. And now he starts turning away. So you should use your right elbow to block his far hip. Ideally, you should use your right elbow to block his far hip when you're doing the Conto choke. But if he bridges or you're lazy and whatever, and he gets his far hip under or out from your elbow, then you keep your left thumb in the collar, but then you use your left shoulder against his near hip, his right hip. So he's trying to move away from you. So he's trying to shrimp away from you. Well, I guess not shrimp. That's a reverse shrimp away from you. So you keep on rotating clockwise, and you block his right hip with your left shoulder, so that forces you, let's see. So initially, when you step over, you have your left foot over the head and your right knee is down. So now, when you're blocking this hip with your shoulder, your right knee comes up and your left knee goes down. You still have the grip with your left hand. So now your right hand and your head is now on the near side, because you're blocking the hip. And you don't want to be too far forward. You want to still be chest to chest. So you don't want your head to be like between his legs. You don't want to be extended too much. So now your right hand, you're kind of inverted at this point. You want your right hand to come back and grip his left shoulder. So that's the far shoulder. I was getting this mixed up a couple times when I was doing this. You can either get 4 fingers in the collar, or you can just reach back and grab some loose material at the shoulder. It doesn't matter either way. So you grip that, keep your arms straight. Now you bring your head back to the opposite, to the far hip, and you should tap. So what you don't want to do is you do not want to tripod up. You want to stay connected the whole time. So your hips are down and your head is down, and you kind of want to extend through and lengthen your arms by extending your torso. You do not want to tripod with your butt in the air. And that's not only because you want to keep pressure on them, but also because the choke should be from, I'm not exactly sure. The angle on the choke would be better if you're lower. I'm not sure about the mechanics from the tripod position. So that was the second one. And then the last one is a new one, and that is you side control. You take your lower lapel in your right hand, you feed it to your left hand. You bring your left hand to the near side under his neck. So now the lapel is behind his neck. You bring your right hand to the near hip. Keep your left arm straight and then bring your head to the near hip, clockwise. So like going past north-south. And again, keep your body low and extend. That's it. I saw Suresh after, and we were saying that one thing we both noticed is that when a teacher says to keep their head up, keep your head up, they don't mean just to like kick your head up, which is what I usually kind of do when they say that. Like I just like look up. When you do that, usually what happens is like you're just picking your head up using like your back muscles. So what we think they mean is not only just picking your head up, but like bringing your hips in. So you're like posturing up. Maybe that's what I should actually be hearing when they say head up. I should be thinking posture up. So like bringing your hips in toward them and your head up and your chest up. Tim said that to me yesterday actually when I was doing the side smash, and I never really got it before because when he would always say head up when I'm doing the side smash, and then I would feel all weird because I felt like I was taking pressure off the opponent when I was picking my head up. But then yesterday he told me to like put my hips in also, and then that putting the hips in put more pressure on the knees, and then bringing my head up put more weight on that also. So yeah, that's it.